Hello everybody, and welcome back. We have ourselves an educational Smurf lobby. My team's average MMR is 4,300, not including myself, and the enemy team's average MMR is about 4,700. Every educational Smurf game that I play on this channel is a lobby of volunteers from the BSJ community that are allowing themselves to be smurfed on for your own educational purposes. If you guys would like to take part in these lobbies, make sure to join the Discord link below. And if you'd like a guaranteed spot, make sure you sign up at patreon.com/bsjgaming for the starters or deluxe package. So since I'm going to be playing in lane most of the time, and I'm also afraid to walk out there, I'm going to make sure that I have ample amount of regen, stats, as well as a sentry to block the big camp. So when it comes to blocking the big camp, it really boils down to how afraid you are to walk over here in the first minute or two. Because if you can afford to walk over here, then don't spend 50 gold on a sentry. Just walk over here every minute and block the camp if you feel the need to. Because that camp can be definitely detrimental in a lane where the opponent is able to kill you when you step out of position. My team looks like they're bottom. They took the wards. We're just going to kind of get right into it. We have a Pangolier mid. We have a Razor off lane. So we have very light on stuns. We have slows and control, but once they get BKBs, our lineup's pretty mediocre. We also have a gyro, so we can look to stack. Hero we don't really see very often right now. But what that means is that if we feel like we don't need to be in lane, we know what we're doing. So we checked his inventory, saw that he's still out of wards. That means he likely didn't put anything up here. Just gonna scout very cautiously. It's kind of baited them a little bit. Oh, walk through another bramble. Okay, my gyro's very fast compared to me, so I'm gonna let him walk up first.
I thought as much.
Checking gyro's items. So this Willow does not have her W for invulnerability.
Agreed.
And we also are against Primal Beast. Or no, we're against Death Prophet. I'm gonna take my Q in order to secure CS. Oh, if we were against Primal, I would have taken my W in order to root him.
I'm under attack. Here I come.
So we actually forgot to block the hard camp, but I'm going to make sure I get over there in time.
Agreed.
Cast some mana here. So I was planning to play more in lane because of the fact that I thought we were against Primal, but in this case we're not, so... One last right click. Make sure we deny some creeps. I was trying to help him secure the CS. So I think Willow blocked this, so we're going to check. He did. Gonna let Gyro have solo XP under tower. Actually, we're gonna take level 2 from him, because that's pretty important. Checking and seeing what they're doing with the creep wave over here. We're gonna buy more tangos. How's our Gyro doing on tangos? He doesn't have any. So we're gonna give him a tango. He dewarded our sentry. Make sure we killed his in time, so our small camp would be open. Since our Gyro's a ranged, squishy guy, we need to lane with him. When the lane's this far up. Using our Q for vision. He wanted to take this fight. I wasn't too huge of a fan, so I kind of played it cautiously. But if my core is going to walk over there, I'm definitely going to play with him. I'm going to level my aura. Because Gyro's a mana heavy hero, and we're both pretty low. Okay, so I've got myself some tangos. I'm going to give Gyro a tango. So it's really bad of him to flag the wave like that, because we want it to be pulled back. We don't trade very well with Willow one-on-one, so we're going to be cautious here. My aim is to secure the range. But they're not actually letting it die. They do have a hard camp, and they're pulling it. There's not much I can actually do about it right now. So I'm going to give Gyro some solo XP over there, because I know he's going to lose some creeps over here. I definitely wish I had gone Windlace in this lane, based on what's happened. I also kind of wish I took my W. Getting bullied a little bit by Willow here. So Gyro's helping me out a little bit, but this isn't ideal because the lane is dying in the meantime. I'm going to try to pull small. He's been doing a good job of bullying me out of lane. Hopefully he doesn't get going on. Always try to let him know that I'm pulling. Could do like a half pull, but this is just to fix the lane. So I want it to come back. Like, I want the wave to just be delayed. Trying to farm a little bit with it. Trying to check mid. Looks like he actually kind of recovered a little bit from when we last saw him. And they pulled. I'm going to ping. This big camp existing is definitely really bad for us. I really need level 3. Gonna give him another tango, also block the hard camp. I'm gonna lane with him here just to push out the wave. And give him a mango as well. I just want to push the wave right now so I can go pull. It's really helpful to push the wave in for your core. These creeps effectively protect him. Notice that? So that allows me to leave safely and go pull. Looks like he blocked again because I don't think he was over there. I didn't notice he blocked again. So my gyro has elected to go jungle. Not really sure why he's doing that. I feel like the lane could be laned. So because the lane seems to be kind of over, we're going to be ready to go mid because they're both level 6. I'm just monitoring. Top lane seems pretty chill right now. What about bottom lane? Razor is losing, but not by too much. Just going to get the pull off. We have two options when we see the 4 leave like this, and that's to pull or to try to 2v1 the offlaner. Usually that's based on where the lane is, equilibrium-wise. We're watching. I'm TPing for this. They're pretty hard committed. Fuck, I TP'd incorrectly there, it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the tombstone. Primal Beast is pretty low. Damn. I thought I was gonna finish that attack first. It's ideal to have a sentry in these situations. I'm gonna go ahead and check on my gyro. See what my Pangolier does. He went bottom, so I'm gonna stay mid. Gyro seems like he's kind of chilling right now. Definitely missing too many CS here. So I'm gonna take my root against Primal. My gyro's fucking ganking. I'm not sure what he's doing here. I feel like his lane is kind of decent. Like he could be pulling for himself, but he's not. So we're gonna try to secure the runes. I flew myself some wards and sentries to take control of the mid lane. Oh, this Primal's being kind of arrogant, to be honest with you. Cut. A little bit of a mega play.
Here I come.
By my Pangolier. Oh, I'm just gonna TP out. On me. Okay. So that's just a gank. To be honest, that was completely botched by Pangolier. I think that should have worked. We tried to TP out last second. Didn't work out. Not much you can do about that, though. Pangolier got away. I don't have a TP, so I can't fill his bottle. If I had a TP, I'd definitely offer to fill his bottle. My Razor's going the build, quote-unquote. I don't think that build's actually very good here because he doesn't die to single target spells. He dies to Ursa. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Now I'm walking to the lane to help my gyro. A lot of these things are like, you know, we're trying to crisis management here. Every time we're checking, it's just if people are doing okay. So this guy's gonna get his ultimate off, or his ultimate's gonna expire. Wanted to make sure he didn't have a ward behind tower based on how aggressive he was playing. Want to make sure we soak the wave under tower so it doesn't kill our tower. Looks like DP's coming over. So we would just be giving up our tower to help our team here, and we're always going to choose objectives. Honestly, I'm just not really sure why they're taking this fight. So it's like in a level 8 Primal Beast mid. Angelier didn't get his roll off, it looks like. So I'm always going to be like prioritizing what I think is the correct play, not what my cores are doing. So tower defended is my view of what just happened there. I'm going to try to get this pull off. My pause there made it take too long.
Agreed.
Looks like he might be killing Primal here. Nice.
Faster.
So we take this pull because we want to actually keep our wave alive, but have it meet under tower. And this helps us as a support to defend our tower. These creeps serve as a bit of a deterrent for the opponent. Also helps us kill the wave faster.
Fangs of ice.
I thought he was hitting the creep. My CSing is atrocious.
Yes.
I'm going to cancel his TP.
I'll not argue.
So, when in doubt, you defend the dead lane. That's what we're going to do with our time. But the way I'm playing, I kind of wish I had points in my queue. But not really a big deal. We're just being safe on the map while we're looking at what's happening. So we flew ourselves some clarities to make sure we do our job, which is defend top tower. It's now time to consider moving around the map. DP is going to get this tower with their next ult, but we want to make her use it, basically. The mid tower is pretty healthy. Primal Beast is going in. Cancelled. Unfortunate. Kind of need my cores to not just die alone. At this point, we're going to get ourselves out of top soon. It's honestly worth considering ulting this wave. So that allows us to leave and go mid. I wanted to get out of here, and if we didn't do that, we would just lose our tower to the DP casually.
Indeed.
We're going to leave it with a pull. We're going to do that pull real quick to accomplish the same thing we did before. We're going to run mid now, because there's probably a fight breaking out. We smoked our team to get this DP kill top.
I move.
Your top tower has fallen.
That looks like we're taking an Undying. It's okay. Ideally, it would have been DP and it could have been faster, but it's okay. I have myself a neutral item given to me. Guy's going Sanj and Kaya. So now we like basically want to leave a core top if he's willing to take it, which killing the Undying feels pretty good about that. This is just posturing. We're not like hard committing to anything. Our guy says to take mid, but this isn't like a super comfortable push because Primal does a shit ton of damage. So our job in this fight is to root the Primal. That's pretty much it. So I don't mind taking part in what I call low skill staring at each other mid if I feel like it's better for us than it is for them. And I feel like it's better for us because DP has ultimate and Primal's pretty strong. So if we're all just sitting here, that's pretty good by my book. If I felt like they were weaker than us, I'd be changing this.
Swift as the wolves of Ice Wrath.
Okay. Make him use the spells on me. I'd say that's pretty good if we kill Primal. Kill Primal. I'd like him to pick up the DD. I think this Pangolier is nervous. I think that's officially what's happening here. But DP uses mech on the Primal, so she doesn't have it for herself. Team cleans up. I'm pretty happy if they use their spells on me. Razor's in deep. Versus nowhere to be seen. We definitely have to be worried about Roche in this game. I'm going to TP bottom and push out the wave because I see an opportunity to get free XP. And my team should back off when they're respawning.
Nice.
So this is an opportunity to get a lot of XP on the map. And while I could go to my team, I'm just always going to prioritize solo XP as a support. If I think I can even get the farm too. That's like the fucking dream. But because someone's likely going to come bottom, we're going to pull this wave. Doing little lane manipulation tactics. So this goes in and then the next wave comes out. We even stacked the hard camp. I just always want to have items in pubs. That's just how it is. Like 1 or 2 small items on supports go a long way. It looks like this tower is actually really low. So our TP bottom is going to get us this tower, which is really nice. And this is like the power of pushing waves. We're not actually doing this in order to take the tower, but we're doing it in order to farm, and the tower comes as a result. So we're going to ward the lane for later. People will often try to walk out here and farm. This is like for like 3 or 4 minutes later. Dying's walking towards us. We're going 4 staff because of Ursa as well as Primal. Just get our heroes away from them. It looks like they see me. I'm just going to ulti and accept my death. I guess I'm not dead. They ignored me in favor of my Rubik, so, or in lieu of my
I'll not
Rubik.
argue.
Looks like they see me based on the preemptive spell casting on me. So I'm just gonna TP out. 1-for-1 trade, and our
Into the breach.
heroes are farming 3 different areas. So we're pretty happy with that. It's always important to think if they would have done that if they didn't have a ward.
Let's go.
So like the Willow looking like she was ready to go on me already. The odds of her walking into me randomly are much lower than her seeing me ahead of time. So our Pangolier has a pretty decent timing, but he kind of just randomly used his ult. Gonna check high grounds with our nuke. We see them pushing mid, so that's why we're dewarding the hills around mid. We just don't want them to be pushing this with a lot of information. So this is just a chill, and like we know they're posturing on mid tower with a DP. That's their hero that pushes.
Indeed.
So we just want to make sure we don't. We're ready for their big move, which is coming. As a support, you always want to put yourself in position if a big move happens. So we're just poking. That's what CM likes to do if possible. Most backline supports do this. I didn't see the Ursa in time. I would have ulted earlier. This looks pretty good for us, though. Ursa's gonna go down with the Battle Fury. To be honest, it's weird that the Battle Fury Ursa's here. Really wish my teammates would their spells, but it's okay. It happens. That's the point of smurfing, you know. I'm gonna fill my guy's bottle. So I'm pinging his bottle, telling him I'm gonna fill it. Want to make him topped off as best we can. So every time there's a huge fight somewhere, I just make sure that I deward afterwards, because it's infinitely more likely that they have a ward around there. Oh, they're going again. I wasn't expecting this play. I'm down to... okay. Run away from the tombstone. We're on a get our teammates out of dodge situation here. So we're doing the low skill, stare at each other mid play. That's okay. So we end up getting a ward, or we end up getting a ward. It's very likely they'll have a ward when there's a team fight like that. Pangolier has roll. I'm down to smoke. I'm gonna let him clear the camp that he so clearly wants to farm. So I want to go bottom because that's where Ursa is, and he's weak. And they also have wards around there. I don't have TP, so I'm gonna run there.
Here I come.
Gyro getting gone on.
I move.
We're looking at this fight. We're cautiously ready to show up. Our teammate just got caught before we got there. Unfortunate. So we're not going to join the feed. Sometimes your teammates get caught on your way to them when you're smoking. That's the one thing the core is not supposed to do. I'm going to go ahead and TP top, because there's a massive fucking creep wave. And if you think you did what you could, and it doesn't work out, then you just go next. So we're going to go Yules. It's really good this game against Ursa and Primal. These heroes that try to run at you, and you just want to disengage them. All kiting items this game. It looks like they're pushing mid. The point of TPing top and pushing that wave is so that when our teammates are respawn, there's no waves to push, so that we are able to fight them again. We lost the tower. Not ideal.
I'll not argue.
I'm gonna go ahead and check this hill again because my sentry got dewarded. They're also gonna look to Roche because they have Ursa, so that's why I dewarded that hill. We're gonna check this area as well. But he dewarded. Okay. We're gonna have a smoke ready. We try to have a smoke ready at all times.
Indeed.
Primal has a haste, so we're like ultra defensive right now. I'm gonna take the cast range item.
Agreed.
Actually, do I have mana with this cast range item? So the reason why I didn't want to place a ward there is because we can't really defend it. You only really want to place wards that you can defend.
Into the breach.
The team is chasing into Bramble Tombstone.
I'll not argue.
This is a really good fight for us because they chased into us instead. So this is definitely a like backline support type of game with Willow and CM. So we don't want to chase into them. We want them to be chasing back into us. That is what the good fight's gonna look like. I didn't notice my Rubik had stolen Exorcism. So we're just clearing a wave while they're dead. This is like a super aggressive wave to push since the enemy team is dead. I don't know why this guy's smoked. We just took a fight and have no abilities. I don't like his play, so I'm gonna sit behind him with a Force Staff. That's what we do when in doubt. When we don't like what our cores are doing, If we think we can help them, then we sit behind them cautiously. If we don't think we can help them, then we just leave. So I didn't like what he was doing, so I sat behind him cautiously because I can help save him with a Force Staff. So at this stage in the game, we're farming. We feel pretty good about it. This guy's almost got a halberd. We're going to tank the gank for Gyro because he farms really fast, but he's kind of squish despite having Aegis. He doesn't have BKB or anything. So this is a gank tank pathing that we're taking right now. We're kind of just escorting him through farm. And since he's also strong, can look to help him there. So this is why you play around strong cores, but especially ones that are trying to farm and they're squishy. Because this was literally a play to protect him while he's farming, and an enemy showed up, so we killed him. Rubik has Willow ulti. So we're gonna go mid for runes right now. With Primal dead, I'm not too concerned about my teammate. I'm gonna run mid here, come behind this guy. Oh, okay. We have our W in just a sec. No greaves on this guy yet. Oh, he went BKB before greaves. I'm gonna TP out because Ursa's fucking scary. Woo! Get out. So we have forced DP Exo, and Gyro took a tower. So really not that bad. We definitely need this Yules and should be very careful of force staffing forward again. That was honestly kind of ballsy. I wouldn't do it again. My Gyro is nuts. Kind of feeding the game away right now, to be honest. This is a pretty massive death. Very poor map awareness coming out from Gyro. So whenever we see this, we just go push waves. Like, all we can do is make sure the opponent doesn't get map control off of these kills. They're gonna get some, so we just gotta minimize that as much as possible. I didn't think he'd be able to get me. Interesting. He got there faster than I thought he would. I thought I'd be able to get out. I should have just left after the Q. That's my bad. So level 19 Ursa. He's pretty scary. We are itemizing against him. This guy's going halberd. This guy's kind of got like a smorgasbord of items. Basher on Pango. We have pretty decent control for this guy. Big wave bottom. We're respawning about the same time as Gyro. But none of our heroes are really buying items to live through like all of their heroes. Like none of them are like, this guy's gonna die to silences. This guy will die, I guess, to primal because he doesn't have like a BKB. Our Razor is pretty tanky though. This is a part of the game where I don't feel comfortable with what the map looks like, so we're smoking.
Yes.
I feel like we should be able to do more than this. So Gyro TP'd bottom, which means we don't have him.
Oh no, the top tower, it's under attack.
Into the breach.
My Rubik needs to lift this guy. Guess he's not gonna press his buttons. Kind of frustrating. He's our lead off stun and he's not using it, but that's okay. Got a ward around mid. No BKB on DP. They probably have a ward on that hill that they're trying to fight my team on, so I'm going to make it my mission as a support to de-ward the high ground. That's the #1 objective.
I move.
Looks like they didn't have one. I'm gonna place a ward of our own.
I got
So we're gonna make Ursa use all of his shit on me. Is what he did. Panglier has Basher. Didn't get the bash. Nice. Still won the fight. So since I knew he had BKB'd already, I knew Ursa was gonna have to use ulti and use his spells on me, which is totally good to do as a support, especially a support that's useless against BKBs and such. Because if you are useless against BKBs, or in this case Ursa ulti, but they're powerful things, right? Then it's really powerful to make them use these powerful things on you. That's a great thing to do as a support. Okay, so we've got our Yules done. We're gonna go connect to our team fast. The only reason we TP top was to get that Yules. Should have probably flown myself some sentries. But we need to connect to our team ASAP. So our pathing is super important here. We see that we have 4 heroes bottom. They're all missing. We're gonna push mid real quick. Honestly, if I die here, it's fine, but I'm pretty sure my team's about to die. I feel like my team does not have good map awareness.
swiftly.
We knew they were all missing, and they just kind of marched down a lane. So we're just gonna push waves. Very standard stuff. So however much information the opponent's giving is how much information you should be giving them as well. So if they're giving very little information, you should never be showing on creep waves. That's like a general rule of thumb, because the team with superior information will take better fights. We're just kind of taking Ursa's farm right now. That's what we're doing. Because he's going to go this way. So he came before I thought he would.
Indeed.
The Yules is 4. So notice what we did when our team was dead. We spent the time
They're attacking.
distracting.
Into the breach.
And our Pango is okay. Nice.
Yes.
So we're really low mana. We're gonna TP out. Reset ourselves and connect to this fight. The only reason we're willing to TP out is because the fight's really close to our base. So we should be able to reconnect. So these type of plays where you're buying time on the map are so important as a support, especially when your team kind of does random deaths. So this whole fight was set up by what we did. It made, like, they were frustrated that they saw CM fucking with their Ursa, and they tried to do something about it. So we're always going to try to have a ward on us if we can. Rubik has a Yules of his own. Razorhead, Bloodstone. So we're just gank tanking for Gyro because our team is waiting on timings.
I'll not
So
argue.
we gank tank for the high damage guy. I like Crystal Nova AoE here, even though HP is nice. I think since I'm against Ursa Primal, I'll just die anyways. I think the 250 HP is not going to do all that much. It's more about positioning. Keeping an eye out on the fact that there's a big wave bottom. I know my Gyro wants to push this wave, and it's really important to push the mid wave. So we treat this as an objective when in doubt.
Indeed.
So since our team is running top, we're gonna like quickly walk towards bottom and push this massive wave. Because somebody on our team should do that. Like what we're doing is somebody else's job, to be honest. But we have good vision here. If a fight breaks out, we're ready. We should never TP to this tower.
Agreed.
We just wanna walk here, nuke the wave real quick.
Swiftly.
So after we nuke this wave, oh, Roshan was up. I didn't think it was up, to be honest.
Down. You go.
It was either a fast spawn or I'm too busy talking, so I don't know the timer. I should have TP'd immediately then, like after clearing the wave with 1 nuke. So Ursa has an Abyssal.
On.
We're gonna go Lotus Orb, I think. Really good for our teammates, and we're pretty farmed. It's either Lotus Orb or Ether
My
Lens.
eyes fight deep.
We're gonna go ahead and TP to this fight. Oh my god.
The breach.
Give our team detection. Fighting their BKBs. Our Gyro does a ton of damage. Nice. So we're basically playing the map like a carry here because of the fact that nobody was pushing waves. Same thing here. Somebody should go push top. This is honestly a core's job, what I'm doing right now. But nobody's doing it. The thing is that they're going to take this time to walk mid anyways. So there's no point in not spending it clearing a wave. So like what would usually happen is the core would do it faster than me. And then they would finish the wave.
I'm not ready.
And then they would come connect to their team.
News is that
So I would have hit that range creep and then walked towards my team.
structures are fortified.
It's really big for map control. It's really big for that extra bit of farm for yourself. It's really impactful to do this. We went Ether Lens because it's cheaper.
Thought as much.
But we're going to go Lotus afterwards. The Ether Lens is cheaper and it helps us cast our items. Notice how we're kiting them. We're kind of sitting in the back. It's not a very good ulti game. Like, our ultimate is not going to likely stay on for very long. So we're not going shard or anything. We set up a ward, so this is a good fight for us.
Let's go.
Ah, he canceled it. Looks like Gyro zoning. Really good job kiting here. Oh, I forgot Ursa's still at Aegis, because we're going to try to cancel his blink.
Let's go.
Feels bad, Ursa.
Not yet.
We would use him if our ability wasn't on cooldown yet, or off cooldown yet. So whenever you're retreating from base like that, oh man, is it so good if you think you're fight ready to place that high ground ward and camp it and ping your team. That's what I did there. That was like the exact setup that we did there. And that is your impact on late game supporting, is the vision. It's the setup. That is what you do for your team. Probably shouldn't have nuked that because we're pretty low on mana already, and our Gyro will clear it just fine. So how you choose between like a 2200 gold item and a 3500 gold item, it really just boils down to when you think you need the item. So like I felt like we were pretty strong. We were able to fight And having fight readiness now was ideal. So our team is just like lingering for way too long, and it makes me really uncomfortable. So we're gonna I'm literally TPing top to farm this, but if Gyro TPs like this, now I'm like escorting him up top. Like I'm making sure that he feels safe. If there wasn't a ward here, I'd place something like this. I'm gonna go ahead and place this ward because now all that matters is this tower and this tower. So making sure if a fight goes on once again, that we have the vision information advantage. That is all I care about. I'm ready to Yules if this guy gets gone on by an Ursa. He's kind of nuts for being here, to be honest. Just telling my team to play on the ward. Our Razor has travels. If I had buyback, I'd be more courageous. Kind of scared for my Gyro. Could have a ward there. We see Primal. I'm going to nuke this because we already have a sentry. Do not have a ward. So that's like a ward there that will commonly be placed at my MMR. But this is this ward paying off. I'm surprised they're not dewarding this because we won a fight there. Which means it's very likely we have a ward. So that's kind of like a big mistake they're making. And remember earlier how whenever a fight broke out somewhere, after the fight ended, I would go deward that area. Sometimes there's no ward, but good players will put wards there. Because the fight happened there. So they likely wanted to have vision. So we're completely on stand in the back, use Yules on Ursa, 4-staff cores mode. That is what mode we are in. So there's no reason to surrender control of this high ground. Unless you think, like, you're on a timer of some sort. There's just absolutely no reason to do it. So right now, we're just farming more of the map than they are. I'm going to push in mid. So if they're sitting in base, we feel pretty good. It's hard for them to leave base in any meaningful way because we have a ward on 3 of their camps versus getting super creeps worth of farm. Isn't that great? In ideal world, you know, we're not blocking Ancients on Razor, telling our team how the enemy's perspective works. As long as they can't see us, we might as well be here as 4. So right now, I'm basically bluffing, right? Because my team is farming. But if Razor shows bottom, it becomes a little weird. I'm gonna do this real quick. That's a... My team is not here. Need to make sure this wave gets pushed. I'm here to break smokes now. I'm basically here to break smokes and attempt to live, but unlikely to do so. Yep. Oh my god, that guy just went in. What the fuck? Okay, my Gyro was not on the same page. Gyro, man. I guess I have to communicate to my team what I'm trying to do. My team wants to fight. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. This is like so clearly bad. But maybe we're far enough ahead to make it work. I'll be honest, my team's just kind of throwing right now. But I hope it works out, basically. Like, I hope we're far enough ahead that it works. I could have bought back, but I'm not, like, forcing a fight that's garbage. I don't think we lose the game off of this fight. So, yeah, I broke the smoke. To be honest, that's exactly what I'm supposed to do. And Gyro's, like, interpretation of me breaking the smoke was to 4-staff himself in, which is pretty sus, to say the least. I'm trying to be as objective as I can be with my critique of my teammates, so you guys can learn from it. I understand that I'm smurfing, so they are not meant to know as much about the game as I do. We're going to deward this hill. You see Primal in his base. We're setting up a more defensive posture on the same part of the map. We're doing the exact same thing, but instead of being up here, we're doing it up here.
I move.
So this is like super annoying just to poke him. We're not trying to force anything. So we're just poking. We're super patient. We're just trying to stall. We're just trying to stall. Ursa BKB. This is super good. I'm gonna cancel the charge. We're super patient, boys. Super patient. Use our ulti just because Primal was stunned. Should have used it earlier, to be honest. I'm just gonna keep channeling it so my team feels protected. And I don't want to look like I wasted my ulti. Crap up. So we're just canceling blinks as best we can. Staffing our guy out. We got Aegis, which is nice. Go ahead and root that guy. Ultra patience here. Running pretty low on mana. Giving Vision of Primal. Yep, and whenever they're chasing into us, fights are infinitely easier. That's like another reason why Gyro, like, 4-staffing him in is really bad. Because it plays against the way we win fights. Pretty clutch fight there for us. Definitely worked out in the end. Don't think I played the lane very well this game. To be honest, I felt, like, sluggish. Out of practice, per se. We'll blame it on first game of the day. That's always one you guys can use, but, you know, with a little bit of irony to it. So yeah, I think the biggest thing to take away from this game is what I did when my teammates took really bad fights. I think people underestimate how much impact you can have as a support, especially in like the 15 to 30 minute mark where the game's not like super late yet, when your teammates take bad fights. I think what's really important about this game to see is that I had an idea of where I wanted to fight based on vision, based on where the enemy heroes were showing, based on our power spikes, based on the objective that we're looking to take or the enemy might be looking to take. And when I saw my team taking a fight that didn't really make sense to me, I either very cautiously assisted in a way where I'm like ready to get out at any point if I feel like it's going completely south, or I just, if I don't feel like I can easily connect to it, to just completely fail on it in the first place. So it's about the way we want to fight and thinking about what you want in the game and buying into it as best you can. It may seem grief as a support, but I hope you guys can see what happens after the fight, except for that one time I died to Ursa, where I can delay them getting any crucial objectives, and that stalling where you saw them diving me top, where they could have maybe taken the tower already, or they could have already just left that area and like farmed the map during that time, that buys time for my teammates to respawn and potentially punish the opponent. So a lot of Dota is giving the opponent a chance to mess up. You know, your team overextends and takes bad fights sometimes, and so does the opponent team. And doing stuff like we did there, making them work harder for the objectives, making them work harder to get the waves pushed out, is naturally going to make them more likely to make those mistakes. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed another educational Smurf game. 4,300 average for me, 4,700 average for the enemy team, 5 position CM. See you guys next time.